started working on a project called Papa Benji. It's an online comedy series. And, you know, it's situated in a beer parlor. And one thing about beer parlors is, apart from the drinks and all that, it's music. You know, so I can't start running around meeting artists to tell them that, look, guys, I need your songs because, you know, rights and all that. And I didn't want limitations to where I can push the songs to. So what I did was I decided to make my own music. And the great thing about it is that I've always wanted to create a new kind of sound. Yeah, my first attempt was in 1995. And yeah, 1995, when I was, where were you? That was my first attempt. We tried it with a PSR, I can't remember, is it 15 or something? I can't remember, 6. One of those old PSRs. But you know, we still needed the disc to save files and all that, so it was really hectic. So I've always wanted to blend Igbo music with hip hop, right? So when the idea came, like, you know what, Bright, you know, create your own sound. I'm like, this is the perfect time to do it. So we said that's what made me do it. And yeah, that's the core reason. Apart from that, music was my first love. Yeah, it was rap, hip hop. And
you had a group in school?
Yeah, we had a group back then, not in school, back then where we used to live in Kirikiri town. We were called the Psychopaths. About like 6 of us. We were influenced by the Wu-Tang, you know, Shabazz, the Disciples, and all those underground, Deadly, no, it wasn't those ones. It was Deadly Underground were the rappers that we battled with when we did the rap competition in Festac, that we came second. And we did a lot of stuff. I used to open for Plantation Boys back then. Not like we used to, but we've opened for them. So I was on stage, and because I like to be creative with my stuff. So I went to a DJ. So we worked on the beat. You know the song by Fela, Everybody Run. Yeah. So I made it into hip hop. So it was Everybody Run. Everybody's. So I created the beat, and I told my guys that, and they loved it. And when we got on stage, they were not ready for that. It was 1998. They were not ready for that. It was too hardcore. It was just confusing. So what was happening was when we say everybody run, the crowd would say get out. So I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, is it get out there saying? So some people were actually enjoying it. So then the guys hailing us, blending with the people that were saying, made it a bit noisy. So when I heard that it was get out, I was so upset. So I told the guys, like, you know what, let's stop. I want to face these guys.
Okay, start firing them.
That's where we start. Because I was upset. I was like, do you know how hard I worked for this thing? So I got upset. So I started entering every person, like one after the other. Insult this one, insult that. And for like straight 30 minutes, I was on them. And after I was done, one of my guy, he walked up to me, Eno Fugara. It was like, Bright, you should do comedy. Like, it's what you should do. Then Samson Ohiomohai, he's late now. He was one of the guys that also influenced. He was like, influenced that idea, do it. So I did another gig before someone now walked up to me and was like, man, guy, will you get Basketmouth too? So I was like, So I walked up to my manager back then, Bayo Adeke. I was like, Bayo, someone just called me Basketmouth. I think that's the name we should go with. Because it was a new idea. Because everything just happened real quick. So that's how the music just stopped, and I just went. Because it was so divine, the way the name came, the way I started doing the comedy, the way the crowd responded. So I was like, maybe it's not music. Maybe it's comedy. So I faced comedy. The thing is, I think we weren't persistent enough. I think what happened then was that most people just got tired, because people came way before even the likes of Junior and Pretty and the rest of them, Then Idris Abdulkarim came in, and Tribesmen and all these other guys. Idris commercialized his, so he stayed for a minute. You know, he's still relevant to a large extent today, with all due respect to him.
Yeah.
I decided to write my own jokes. Okay. Then I decided to start doing comedy.
Yeah.
And I wasn't writing jokes. I used to yap.
Freestyle.
Because that was how it started. And that was what I used to do back then in secondary school.
Yeah.
I used to be the warden. They used to call you warden. Don't try me, I'll finish you. So I used to kill it back then. So it was so comfortable for me. So I get on stage. So because of sometimes I'm doing a dinner. Yeah, like, you know, law induction dinner. Nobody's yabbing me.
True.
Like, so I struggle. Yeah. So I'll not tell my guys, boy, the inside crowd, yab me.
Okay.
You understand? Yab me. So I was doing it, and so I needed the hecklers, you know. But I was like, this is not what I want. I want to write jokes. So I started writing my own materials, you know. And when I started writing my own materials, it was different because I didn't have anybody mentoring me. There was no internet. There was nothing. Yeah. All I knew was the first thing I saw about comedy, which was Eddie Murphy performing Raw.
True.
You know, I don't know. It wasn't Raw. It was Delirious.
Delirious was special. Yeah.
So when I saw it, I was like, this is what I want to do. Yeah. And I decided that I was going to do it no matter what happens. And I saw Ali Baba on Charlie Boy's show.
Okay.
Back then
there
was one skit he was doing. I think he was talking to a goat. Very old skit. And I was like, this guy, do you get? So I started following Ali Baba. Yeah. But then where can you follow this guy?
Yeah, no Twitter, no Instagram, nothing.
Like every day.
Yeah.
You understand? Reading a Fame, all those old magazines. So it was difficult. Then, and I heard he was coming to Uniben. I didn't have money for gate fee. A friend of mine, Ifeanyi Agoroyo, bought me bought me a ticket. I think it was 5 naira. Watched the show. And he was just there looking at me. He was like, Basket, I hope you are learning. I will never forget that day. Yeah. We couldn't afford the expensive tickets, so we had the back. So I couldn't really see him, but I could hear him. And Ali performed he did like an hour, 30 minutes. He killed it. So after he left school, what I did was, like, Bright, this guy needs to see you perform. Yeah. So I started working, started writing material. So I had 1 year because he announced he was going to be coming back.
Okay.
So I was like, so you have 1 year to do this. So I started working, doing gigs. If I hear that there is a show, I'll go and do it. Because all I needed was for the promoter to hear of me and book me. Because I hate lobbying. Yeah. Anyway, so I pushed and pushed and pushed. And if I hear a gig that they're going to say, Basketmouth, they need a show is happening, I'll ask my guys, who is performing? You say, they don't have any comment. I say, okay, sure. You're like, you like performance? I say, how much then get? So it was like lobbying, but I was making myself available. Do you understand? And I did all those gigs for close to nothing, 100 naira, 150 naira. And then someone got to me and said, Bright, the promoter wants you to be on the show. Yes! So that's how they called me.
Okay.
And I got on the bill. And I looked at the lineup. I was going to be performing early. So I was like, no, because by that time, Ali Baba won't be at the venue. So I started pressing buttons. I begged the promoter. I said, please, I beg. And I tried to explain to him that these were the things I did. Do you understand? I did all these gigs for this moment. Please let it happen. The guy will send me. And I had to go and beg some people. Yeah, to beg the guy. The guy now agreed. They now put me to perform. Put me on the lineup. Like my slot was like 2 spots before Ali Baba.
Okay.
Ali Baba got on stage. I got on stage, performed, and while I was performing, I did one very funny gag, and I saw someone stand up from the side, and I looked. It was Ali Baba giving me a standing ovation, and everybody could see him. And everybody stood up and gave me a standing ovation. And I was like, yeah, in my mind. Yeah. So I went back after I was done performing. So I went to the backstage, but I stood where he would see me. You understand? So he saw me, he was like, man, nice one. And he brought out his card and gave it to me. He said, reach me. So what I did I created the opportunity
to meet
him. I did not wait for blessings to find
it.
So I came to Lagos, and he took me to Upper Williams. Took me to Upper Williams office. Then I'm trying to remember this. It was in Lansing, and to Upper. I remember those words. He was like, "Upper, put him on Night of 1,000 Laughs. He will kill it." And Upper was like, "In good." Alibaba now said, "In the crease." So Upper was looked at me. Upper was like, "No, you still have to do an audition." So I went to Jazzville in Yaba for the audition, and I was there. I could die, I could save, Teji Babyface, Osam, a lot of people were there. Some comedians that didn't make it. So I was just there. I was quiet. I came from Benin because after I did Alibaba, I came to see Ali. Because that's how I come. I come to Lagos every weekend. I came back, did the audition, killed it, and he put me on the show. Finished doing the show, and this is the first time I'm gonna say this. When I finished doing the show, I nailed it. It was unarguably one of my best performances ever.
Has to be.
It was fresh. Lagos, they were fresh. Like, you know, that I came from Benin.
It was.
You know, see, if you make it in Benin, there's no place. So I came to Lagos. They be like fresh meat. I just carried them. So I was just having fun. So I killed the first show. They now promised to do the second gig. So after I was done, I heard that we were not going to be paid that day. No transport money to go back. So not back to go back home. We used to live in railway company in Eputeme back then. But this show happened at National Theatre. So and I started looking for transport money. And ego now I can't go and meet promoters. Me no like say person really try. So I went to meet Okpocha, you know. So that's why me and Okpocha.
That's right,
So it was the one that hooked me up. No, the thing is, unlike those platforms, they are all there, you know, the internet, the web. And unlike before, back then, if we wanted to be famous or you wanted to take your art to a different community, you have to do it yourself. So all these people will say, "Oh, you want to enter Big Brother house in 3 days." You don't get 100,000 followers.
Nothing like that.
Back then it was door-to-door service. You know, so it was a process. But now it's so easy that you can actually just be in your home. Look at the way Justin Bieber was discovered. It wasn't like that
on social media
when we started. You know? So now the platform for us, you know, it's in Nigeria. It's just now that, you know, we things are now opening, Showmax and Netflix and all these other platforms coming up. Stand-up comedy or making specials wasn't really easy because first of all, we don't really have like an outfit that will invest their own money in your production, leaving the comedian to only focus on his delivery. But now the comedian, you have to write your own. Like, you know, for me, I do my own gig myself. I still have to make time and write my materials and also create the promo. You know, I'm behind everything with the gig. I still have to sell tables. You have to do everything yourself.
Talk to sponsors.
Sometimes the focus, you understand, we put in terms of production is not, you know, 100%. So when the video comes out, you're like, man, this could have been better. So it was just recently we started doing it right. So that's why you see that most comedians are now ready. But for the comedians that just want, if you want to put your thing, your set out, all you need to do is to record yourself performing, upload it, and it's viral. It's very easy. Yeah, that was me. I thought I was ready. I dropped the song, and it was. I didn't really push it. I didn't make a video for it. But immediately I dropped it. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Like, you know, I don't know. I felt I would rather make it and be behind the scene than be in it. Yeah,